Well, hello there, all you beautiful souls, Ophiuchus and other signs. Welcome. So today we're doing your fall equinox reading. We're almost getting to the end of the month. That happened on the 23rd. And while we're looking at this, we see that fall is a time of reaping the harvest, bringing into fruition all of the rewards that we have invested in. Seeds that were planted, we nurtured those seeds. We made sure they had adequate sunlight and water. We tended to certain things in our life so that we could evolve and place ourselves in a position that allows us more satisfaction and more fulfillment. On our journey of self-discovery, also called our ascension, woohoo, or also called your spiritual awakening, we go through a hard time of healing and growth while we become more self-aware. So now is the time for integration of everything we've learned. Now it's time to take action. And we're asking the universe, what area of our lives do we need to fall back in love with? What area do we need to take action on, bring us more fulfillment, to bring us more satisfaction? And I'm pulling a Shaman's Dream Oracle card for you, Ophiuchus, and let's see what we have got here. Before I did this reading, I had these images of like these rolling hills or these knolls of green grass that you would see in like Ireland or Scotland. And it just reminded me of like how we experience the ups and downs, like the roller coaster of life. We're on the top and then we dip and we sit in a low point for a while, only to believe, every darkness brings the light of dawn. We know when we're down that we're inevitably going to come back up. So ascension is a journey of really minimizing those dips where you sit more at a neutral level of peace and calmness. So when you do experience more difficult things in your life, they're not so jolting. You don't get so out of balance about them. And I've pulled for you today card number 10, Deep Diver, and this is diving into a task. So we see that water is representation of our emotions in tarot, and we see a mermaid or a merman here diving deep, which is symbolizing that they're experiencing their emotions. Going back to those images of the ups and downs, we can see this as we ride the waves of life. So, Ophiuchus, what kind of deep dive or task are you considering taking, or have you already taken? Are you looking to engage in the process of exploring or possibly expressing your emotions? So is this the task you are embarking on? Does it have something to do with emotions? Something you love, something you're passionate about, a wish fulfillment, a desire? Are you headed in the right direction to fall back in love with a part of yourself? Pretty exciting. So the universe is asking us to dive deep in every life experience, into our careers, into our family, into our intimate relationships, into our hobbies, and to put our heart and soul into everything, using our emotions as a guide as to whether or not we are in alignment for our highest purpose. So I have a sign on my wall when I started learning that thoughts and emotions were energy, and it says, don't take action on negative thoughts. They are messengers that we are out of alignment. So the negative ones give us a little clue, like a little beacon of light of things we have to address, whereas obviously positive emotions are what we are looking for. So we have to address, are they positive or are they negative? Does it make us feel whole and with purpose, or does the emotion we're feeling feel like we're in a state of lack, or we're not able to find the fulfillment or desire that we're searching for? We look our whole lives for that fulfillment, for that something, that longing that we're missing something, and really ascension is a journey back to yourself. You find that within yourself. So we're learning how to be the observer of our emotions in an intricate step in our ascension process. We have to identify our negative thoughts that pop up as energy. Let's take fear, for example. Now, you guys get ready for my Friday the 13th series. I've got some advertising going on right now. I'm going to totally dig into the topic of what fear is, what it means on a physical, an emotional, and a spiritual level, and how we can transmute those emotions of fear. So if you're fearful of an outcome and you're emotionally petrified, all you can focus on is the fear of expressing your emotions. Not talking about healthy fight or flight fear. If you see a bear and you're fearful and you got to run your ass off, or okay, you're not supposed to do that. So you're supposed to lay down and get into a tight ball, But that's a healthy kind of fear. There's actually 3 different types of fear. There's rational fear, like we just talked about, like an imminent bear, or where you feel like you're not in a safe place. The second type of fear that we have is primal fear. That's our innate fear that is programmed into our ego operating system. We also have a rational fear, and that is the fears that don't make any logical sense. The fears that are attached to traumas, the fears that are attached to past experiences, and that is the type of fear that we are looking to transmute. That's the fear we're looking to heal. So look for my October readings coming out. These irrational fears, this is the fear of the ego testing you. Your perceived fear or undesired outcome of something going horribly wrong. So when we're not talking about the healthy fight or flight or the primal fear that's embedded to our programming system of sheer survival, our innate fear that comes, your irrational fear is not a sign that you're necessarily doing something wrong. So don't look at it that way. I see your fear as our ego testing us. Your perceived fear or undesired outcome of something going horribly wrong is not the truth. If we were able to look inside a crystal ball and peer into another timeline or connect with another vibrational frequency, you would see that your fear is not truth. And how do you know that your fear is not truth when we're talking about this irrational fear? Because the universe doesn't want you to be in a fearful state. It doesn't want any of your endings or any of your experiences to put you in a state of fear, especially not keep you in a state of fear. So that emotion of fear that we experience is not in alignment with what the truth is or what would really happen if we set out to have an experience. And that's how you gauge an emotion, is if that emotion is negative, if that emotion doesn't align with the truth, the unconditional love of the universe, then you know it is not truth. It's not your soul's truth. It is bringing your attention to an area that needs healed within you. Example, expressing your emotions. When you go to express your emotions to somebody, or you go to have a conversation with somebody, all you think about is the fear of what could go wrong, the fear of how you might be misinterpreted, the fear that there can be an argument. Your experience of the past is connected to that fear. It's not connected to what you're going to do, but energetically you have attached fear with expressing your emotions. So if you went and you told somebody that you loved them and you wanted to be with them and they denied you, and you got hurt, you suffered loss, a heartache or a pain because this person did not reciprocate that love, then from that point on, you attach that experience to the act of expressing your emotions. The experience we had in the past will not be brought into the now unless you allow it to. So this is where you have to identify the fear and make a conscious choice to clear it. And you're like, well, how do I clear it? It's all about identifying it, forgiving it, sitting in acceptance with it of why it was there, blessing it and thanking it. Thank you for looking out for me and thank you for protecting me. But the experience I'm walking into is not the experience of past. The past is gone. Every day we have a new opportunity to co-create what we want to experience. So redirecting our focus on living in the present moment, enjoying each new experience with a fresh set of eyes, not running through the filter of what happened in the past. Being open to the universe that the experiences of the past will not happen again. Where our attention goes, our energy flows. So if you're focusing on the negative emotion of fear, you will attract or magnetize that exact experience to you. It's up to you. Are you going to focus on the false negative endings of the past, experiences that no longer exist? Or are you going to focus and step into a new timeline? Are you going to align with the experience that you desire to have, not the one that you were fearful of, not the one that was a lesson for you? That lesson that you went through of whatever happened, that you attached the emotion of fear to something, is what you're supposed to transmute. It's going to keep coming up repeatedly in your life if you do not take a look at that fear. So, Ophiuchus, diving into your emotions, taking a deep dive. I hope that this little message today helped you. I will definitely touch more on this in the month of October. I have a lot of requests for subscribers and watchers to learn more about how to heal the wounds. Identifying is just the first part, but then we have to process them, we have to transmute them, and that's the process of alchemy. As a spiritual energetic being, we're learning how to work with frequencies and vibrations, and this is all new to us. So you've got to give yourself a little bit of space, hold space for that part of you that is healing, that part of you that is learning, and just really focus on what the next experience can be with a clean slate without having the attachments of the past. And if this resonated with you, if this helped you in any way, liking, sharing, and subscribing is a great way to energetically connect. We're striving for 1,000 subscribers so that I could start going live. So if you can help me out by subscribing, I do appreciate that so much. And Ophiuchus, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you at your next reading.